For more, let's bring in Yuka Royer from the business desk. Yuka, give us a sense of, well, first of all, we had China. We were talking about the heat wave, temperatures hitting 52, 53 in northern China. Now we've got a situation where you've got a typhoon followed by another typhoon. And you've had the government now pledging, what is it, tens of millions of euros for the region?
That's right. Well, the floods caused obviously significant damage and typhoons leaving death and destructions in their wake. By the end of last week, the Chinese government had allocated more than $500 million, that's about 66 million euros, in disaster relief to three regions hit by floods. That's Beijing, Tianjin and Hebei. It had also marked an additional 350 million yuan or 44 million euros. Now, just to talk about the damage, in July, China's direct economic losses from natural disasters rose to more than 41 billion yuan. That's over 5 billion euros and more than the total for the first 6 months of this year combined. And floodwater from the most devastating recent typhoon has started receding, but of course it has already ruined crop and merchandise in the region, in the affected regions. It will be some time, obviously, before farmers and businesses can recover. And as the affected regions include the capital, Beijing, as well as important ports, the natural disasters could put further pressure on the Chinese economy. That's been fair to say, it's fair to say, struggling to recover post-pandemic. Let's hear what one of the affected people in the affected region of Hebei province had to say.
We rarely have floods here. I remember it was around 1963 when we had a flood, but it wasn't this severe. Back then, it was just low-lying areas that got flooded. The water did not go into the houses on higher ground. This year's floodwater was exceptionally high. Look at the elevation of the foundation of my home. The water reached that level.
Typhoons have been a common theme, not just in China, but also other areas in the region too.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Asia is used to, it's an annual occurrence, the typhoon season, but it has been devastating this year. Parts of the Philippines were also badly affected, with millions hit by severe flooding. In the south of Japan, where several people have died from flooding, the latest typhoon, Kanen, made an unexpected trajectory after battering the islands of Okinawa, causing power cuts to a quarter of households there. It went westwards towards the ocean, only to make a U-turn, which was very unexpected, and hitting the southern regions once again. So it's very unusual for a typhoon this strong to stay this long. And that's only the sixth typhoon of this season. The month of August could be even worse. Now, Seoul in South Korea is now bracing for its landfall, as it's expected to sweep directly through the Korean peninsula, going northwest. This after it registered record monsoon rains last month and unusually high temperatures. So much so that citing safety concerns, Britain has decided to withdraw more than 4,000 of its scouts from this year's World Scout Jamboree hosted by South Korea.
Yeah, I've seen now they're saying that the whole thing's going to be ultimately scrapped. Probably the most unlucky jamboree in world history. I think it's been going for 40 years. First, they had the heat stroke, about several hundred people now having to leave.
The rains, yeah.
Yuka, fascinating to hear from you, Yuka Royer, from our business desk.